life.
Go.
Welcome to We Are Not Here to Please You with Raphael and
Arthur! It's episode 13 and...
we should make it 13 worthy. Should we go with phobias?
Maybe?
Nah.
But, anyway, here's the contact info. Let's get that out of the way and then see what we're going to go with. And our contact info is as follows. You can find us on Twitter at WANHTPY, and that's under that you can find us on iTunes as well.
And you find us as well on Stitcher under our complete name, We Are Not Here to Please You, and under the same name we are as well on Facebook.
Yeah. And our email is wearenotheretoPleaseYou@gmail.com
for any suggestions, ideas, submissions.
Yeah.
And all the previously mentioned things you can find on wearenotheretoPleaseYou.blogspot.fi, our headquarter, our watchtower. Yeah.
Right.
So should we go with phobias, or should we say fuck the system, fuck stereotypes, and just not bend to the will of the masses?
Have you noticed the weather lately?
Oh, yeah, that's cold.
Yeah, now it's actually winter, unlike when we were so much talking about winter is coming and everything, and it was raining, like water, not snow.
Yeah, it was just the next weeks it kind of got only warmer and just raining and no sunlight. And
yeah, it was just a regular autumn kind of thing all the way to Christmas and over, and until January.
Yeah, and then it moved within from 48 hours from like plus degrees to minus 25
somewhere
degrees Celsius. If you want it in Fahrenheit, make the work yourself. It's a fucked up scale and nobody else uses it. So
yeah, well, I have no idea how that works. There was a plus 32 somewhere, or possibly minus 32, and
tickle your right foot.
Yeah, and stick a finger up your bum and another one up your nose, and I don't fucking know. Anyway.
And a safety pin in your dick.
Yeah, but minus 25 degrees Celsius, that's something that everyone should understand.
Yeah, that's just basically nastiness, pure.
Yeah.
Also the reason why we have not been really ranting lately about stuff, because that means you would have to interact with people.
If you can avoid going outside when it's that cold, you do, which results in not actually seeing any annoying people anywhere.
Yeah, like I don't see you more often than once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, so no reason to rant at all.
Yeah. No, but, well, I think that's enough for the weather. We're still no weather podcast. No, but I think we have another segment of our well-beloved segment of This Day in History. And listen to the Morse code. There might be a hidden message in there. If you fetch the message, write us an email or whatsoever. This Day in History. So what do we have in this day?
If you figure that out, we will send you a fancy prize.
Determined by us what means fancy.
Yes. So, your answers and contact details, please.
Yeah.
But anyway, this day in history, the 3rd of February.
Yeah, there we have in 1959. The famous airplane crashed with 3 of the following people on it. Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. Also known as the day the music died. Only knowledge I have from that is the Simpsons episode.
It was a sad day to be alive, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
Seeing as I was born quite a lot later, so...
Well, it must have been a sad day to sit in the airplane.
That particular one, especially.
Yeah. It was a slow day in history, apparently. Well, we have one other highlight for this day in history.
And music didn't die. We have Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus and everything. Come on.
Well, Bieber we have under behind bars, maybe, hopefully.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah, but we're not going into that one.
Yeah, that's...
Nobody wants to hear about that little cunt anyhow.
And that's such a low-hanging fruit. It's almost a potato.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Somebody here did have a big portion of a clown for breakfast. With extra funny juice around it.
Yes. Okay, let's move on to the next big thing that happened on the 3rd of February.
In 1916, Joachim Löw got born. We all love him, we all know him. You know him.
Yes, he's my idol. He did do that thingy that plays and got really famous for it.
Well, no, he is the German football team head coach.
Okay.
The current one, and on a previous head coach leadership, he was the co-coach.
Yes.
So he's leading our football team, the German one, so that's mention worthy. I like him. He's really a nice guy. He's sweet.
I am immensely impressed.
And he's gonna win the World Cup now this year in Brazil.
Okay.
Just predicting the future here.
Good for him.
Yeah, like we said, it's a really slow day in history. But hey, yesterday was Groundhog Day.
So that's it for 3rd of February?
Yeah, that's it. There was nothing.
What a sucky day.
Yeah, we introduce a segment and nothing happens on the days, apparently.
That was a very good choice.
Yeah, well done.
It's going to go far. Yeah.
So, Groundhog Day was yesterday.
Yes.
We all know and love Groundhog Day.
That's the film with Bill Murray, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where I get all my knowledge from about that day. But say, great movie.
What's the whole deal with Groundhog Day?
I don't know. We could have done research, but I guess we choose.
Yeah, it's not like we have internet access and I don't know what Wikipedia or anything. Who does that anymore?
Yeah, or that we have any fucks to give.
Yeah, I'm all out of fucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just
I'll get my next shipment in, I don't know.
Never.
Yeah. It's on back order.
Yeah, it's... No, but also now...
The shop also ran out of fucks to give, so...
Yeah, nobody gives any more fucks anyway.
Yeah. Alright, so I suppose that's about it for history.
Yeah. Let's hope that the next episode gets a better one.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, like, not that we already know what's the next one because we are recording back to back. Oh, did I just broke the continuum, the illusion?
Don't tell them anything.
No, but the Super Bowl is still running or done, depending when you're listening to that. You know who's playing?
And those guys, and then there's that other team as well.
Almost right. It's Seattle Seahawks against the Denver Broncos. So it's basically the Pot Bowl. It's the two states where weed is legal. Is that a coincidence? Or?
I think not.
Yeah. No, but it's...
So are all the teams like animal-based?
No, not really. Like, unless you're the 49ers is not really an animal.
I'm guessing Bronco is some kind of an
animal. Yeah, some horse kind of thingy.
Alright. Of course, yeah, that's what I was talking about all the time here.
Yeah, by the way, the Seattle Seahawks beat the San Francisco 49ers to getting into the Super Bowl, so that was rather surprising. I don't know, I don't care for either of that team so much, so for me this year it's not really the Super Bowl.
They're both my favorite teams.
Of course.
I know all the players by name and...
Yeah, suck a bit Seattle and Denver cock here.
Yes, yeah, I've blown all of those guys.
Yeah. No, I mean, I still gonna watch it because Super Bowl games are usually like really top notch. There's a reason why they are both in the end in there. But it's kind of seems like not the bigger names as I would have usually seen there over the last years. I watch it every year. I went to an event in Germany, still like in Frankfurt. There was a huge Super Bowl party in a huge concert hall and shit like that. So I watch it since years religiously, and I have actually like because it airs in the middle of the night for us, so like at 2:30. So I have a complete media blackout till I watch it in the evening from where I recorded it, because like you can't open up the internet or any social media or anything without getting the fucking game spoiled right away.
Well, yeah, I know that how that happens. Not with Super Handegg bowl of cereal, but
Oh yeah, football, yeah, Handegg. They should call it NHL, but too bad that there is already an NHL, National Handegg League. No. By the way, Seattle Seahawks so far 0-2. They were so far twice in the Super Bowl, lost. Broncos won it twice, lost 4 times. I think they won it, when was it, 97, 98 around? Yeah.
I should know this. It's just on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, it's a few days ago. But now about some fun facts about American Handegg.
Well, educate me, kind sir.
I shall. So 600 cows are needed for 1 season to make the hand eggs.
600 cows?
To make enough hand eggs for the whole hand egg league season.
Well, that's quite a lot of cows.
It is. I mean, that sounds just insane somehow.
Yes. 4 cows.
Also, the longest field goal in NFL history kicked by a man who had only half a foot. He literally, like the front half, was not there. And wait.
But then it's like a baseball bat. It should work. Sounds like that's an advantage, if anything.
By the way, he had not only half a foot only, he was also born without 4 fingers on his right hand.
Well then.
Hey, I mean, if somebody was half a foot and missing 4 fingers on the right hand doesn't scream athlete, I don't know who does.
That's the kind of guy I'd pick for my team.
Yeah. No, but that dude actually kicked a 63-yard field goal. You know where 63 yards is on the field?
I suppose it's around 63 yards from the goal post.
Well, 50 yards is the middle of the field.
Yes.
So it's actually really
on your own side, basically.
Yeah. So it's rather far.
You're right, yes. Obviously, I should know how long a football field is, seeing as how it's a common
yards.
measurement. Yeah.
Also, like, facts like that 78% of NFL players are bankrupt within 2 years after finishing their careers. Simple reason for that, they get way too young into that, getting used to huge amounts of monies, and, well, then the monies run out.
Monies don't come anymore.
Yeah, and their money's less.
Yes. That's the thing with monies.
Yeah.
It runs out if you don't get any more.
And we all love the ABBA song, Monies, Monies, Monies. No, also, you know what the cheerleader earns per game? $50 to $75. You would think they do that to get themselves a rich football player?
Yeah.
Well, they are forbidden to socialize with them.
Well, that's nice.
And during a typical NFL game, you know that the ball is in play only like really for 11 minutes in that 3-hour period.
I have very few words to express whatever is going on in my mind at this moment. So that's basically what Peter Jackson did with The Hobbit. Short little book.
Yeah. Very good movie.
Very liberally extended into 63 hours.
I don't mind. It was beautiful entertainment. Hey, cat, don't open the door.
Our studio is being invaded.
Studio. That sounds professional.
They can't.
Oh, right.
They don't know where we are. You're ruining everything.
How did they open this soundproof door?
Yes, I can't imagine what is going on.
How did they crack the pin code on the security lock?
They have some sort of breaching tools known only to the cat folk.
Yeah. Okay, one little fact, then we're done this.
One more, alright.
The huddle, you know how it got invented? In 1940. It was a player also deaf and hard of hearing, so that they could hide the comments, because you can't just come up and whisper to them what is the next move. And of course the other team can see your sign language.
Yes.
So that's how they developed the huddle, so that the other team can't read what's the next play.
Sense, I suppose.
Well, I guess it was a good topic to bring up to some sports fan like you.
Yes.
For myself, I'm really fucking excited. And you should still watch.
I'm sure you can hear my enthusiasm on the show.
But one thing is for sure awesome on the Super Bowl, and that are the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
They are amazing every year.
I have heard that it's some sort of a big-ish event.
It's like you pay like $1 million for like 30 seconds of airtime and shit like that. So they really come up with something really funny, creative, unique just for the Super Bowl. So it's always like the commercials. You can watch them afterwards online.
And some slippery nipples, I suppose.
Well, not anymore with the delay that they now have always. So
that's not gonna happen anymore?
Well, this year there's no female music act, so I don't know if you want to have a nipple slip or a tip slip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. No, but I think that's enough for that. Yeah. You know what I'm also excited about?
Handegg is done, and now?
My second excited about being thing.
Yes?
I'm really excited about something what I'm not even know yet what I'm excited about.
That sounds very intelligent and well put together.
But it's true, because one of my favorite bands of all time, what I'm listening since I was like 11, 12, Böse Onkels, they split up like 8 years ago with a goodbye concert that was in front of 120,000 people. What was a 4-day weekend?
So it was Böse Onkels, that's like what, angry uncles or what?
Yeah, evil uncles, and so... But they really make the...
I can German.
I can German. No, but they make the record for the biggest concert of a German rock band.
Yeah.
And they played like 2 evenings in a row, like each evening 3 hours, because they were 25 years on stage, were always the underdog, but somehow this little tiny group of really loyal fans grew and grew and grew. And in the end, like 120,000 people towards the end of the concert fell on their knees and said, "We thank you." And, enough to say, like, there's a box set out, from that weekend, and I, to this day, can't watch the second evening without bursting into fucking tears like hell. I'm not saying weeping, I'm crying like a little bitch. Well, now, a few days ago, there showed up a post that linked to their page on Facebook, and you see 1.5 minute video, kind of just with music in the background and text, and so really cryptic, really secretly. Then you can type in your email address, register for something, and then there's just a huge timer that's set at that point 10 days and that many hours and that many minutes.
So something is happening.
Something is happening. I don't know what, but I'm excited and scared at the same moment. Because, of course, I would love that they get back together on some part. On the other hand, can you go on a higher note out as this 120,000 people? By the way, you know what warm-up bands they had as a warm-up for the Onkels?
Well,
something like Motorhead and stuff.
Yeah.
Bands like Motorhead make them warm-up for the Onkels. That's
that's Tells you something about the popularity, I suppose.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you can't go big out than that. That makes me a bit scared, so if there should be reunion or not.
Yeah.
I just want to fucking know. At this point, it's still like 7 days.
Yeah.
And I can't wait.
We will tell you in episode 15 then.
Wait. Yep, 15, yeah. By the way, you know how much the tickets were going on the black market for that event back in the day? Because I couldn't get tickets. They were so fast sold out. €500 for one ticket.
Ouch.
Yeah, I was too late getting tickets and I couldn't afford 500 for...
Yeah. So what was do you have any idea what the original price was?
I forgot. It was reasonable because it was like a 4-day weekend and... You had not only the concert, it was on this one racetrack, Nürburgring. So you had also drag racing and all the events going on over the whole time and shit. So would have been worth it. So I'm excited and scared. That's my point. So I think that's enough about...
Yeah, well, we shall be waiting for whatever the Böse uncles come up with.
Yeah, I shall keep you informed.
Sure you will. But I guess it's time to move on to something else then.
Oh, well, what's the next thing then?
I suppose we could have some sci-facts right here.
Let's drop the sound right here. Sci-facts! So what do we have on sound facts? Sound facts, sci-facts. I can't speak. Me no use words.
How do I English? Well now...
With some monies, you can learn how to English.
With enough monies, anyone can English. It's easy. Just send us an email and some money. We will teach you how to English. But now for some sci-facts.
Not that anything makes sense here.
It's
one special episode.
Yes, we shall be riding the short bus out of here.
Yay, short bus!
Look what I can do. But now, with some sci-facts, here is hand washing and germs.
Okay, what about them? You need to wash your hands?
Well, typically the point of washing your hands is to get them clean, isn't it?
Okay. If you say so.
After you've touched your naughty bits and whatnot.
Or got some poop on your finger.
Yes, that's also a good point to do some hand washing. And, well, the expectation obviously is that if you go with a dryer, it should be, the most, clean thing ever because you're not touching anything, right?
Yeah, I hear that already on a joke about this kind of thing on like the Big Bang Theory, and so that it's just basically a germ explode all over the place.
Yeah, apparently this has been scientifically studied, and using paper towels or a continuous loop cotton towels reduces the bacterial count about 45 to 60%. And washing and using a warm air dryer increases the bacterial count by an average of 255%.
That kind of makes sense because bacteria is like warm and
moisture, yes, and that's what the dryer has aplenty. So next time you go to a public restroom, you might want to think about sticking your hands under that bacteria blowing thing.
It's more likely, if you wipe your hands on somebody's boards, that this is technically actually having less bacteria.
Yeah, you could just, wipe on the walls of the toilet or maybe the floor even, and that would still be better.
By the way, I read somewhere one time that actually, like, the bathroom is your cleanest room in the house, usually bacteria count-wise. And the kitchen has actually the highest count of bacteria.
The sink especially.
Yeah, because sponges, everything.
Yeah.
But in average, like, technically the bathroom is actually the cleanest one. Because we're always super paranoid about this kind of thing. Like, even piss, but actually piss is sterilized.
Yes. So if you have a wound and you lack any kind of stuff to rinse it with, just pee in a cup and pour it all over the wound.
Okay, cup, that's better, because I just thought, like, what happens if I have a wound on the shoulder? How do I get the arch?
You could do some acrobatics. Or how did we get here anyway? God damn it!
It was you. I'm totally innocent, like always.
Yeah, okay, so it was me. Piss on yourself, people. It's good for you. It's sterile and everything.
Yeah, and you can drink it too if you're into that.
And even if you're not, then maybe if you're in dire straits, it'll help you. If you're stuck on a seat in the Super Bowl and the guy with the drinks doesn't come and you can't move because you're surrounded by people who weigh more than a car, then...
No, that's not most likely going to happen, because in this kind of events, main games, it's mostly a corporate gig where oil companies that have some shares into that shit, you know, usually Super Bowls are not so many loud fans, it's more some executives and shit like that, like you have it always in this kind of event.
But if you can't move and you're thirsty...
Yeah, pissing.
And you need to pee, then here's your solution.
Recycle.
It's eco-friendly. So, yeah, recycling tips. Courtesy of We're Not Here to Please You.
So, is there more to that sci fact?
Oh, no, I don't want to go any further with...
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
So, but, yeah.
Now,
hand drying things are full of bacteria.
Yeah, not really helping, it's just making it worse.
Yeah.
It's a sci fact, because it's bacteria.
Sci-fact, don't go there. It's full of bacteria.
Yeah. So.
But you had something?
Yeah.
To counter away this nasty thing.
Yeah, tits.
They're full of bacteria as well?
Depending what you're doing with them. No, but I found a fun statistic. That's like that 0.4 to 6% of women have an extra breast.
What?
Your first thought? I never met one. Why not?
Yes, that's exactly what I thought. Why have I not seen this? Oh, well, one was on Total Recall.
Yeah, that's where we all know it from. But the tissue is often misdiagnosed as being lymphatic or cystic, but they're usually located in the lower armpit and are known as accessory breasts. Just the phrasing in the article is too genius. So basically a boob in the armpit.
This kind of reminds me of that crappy joke about the prostitute who had another vagina. Who took on another job on the side.
You suck at telling that one.
I do.
I'm not gonna let the silence in there for recording.
I'm not the joke-telling type, I must admit.
Yeah. Well, what's the, like, accessory breast?
Accessory breast. That's like, I have this handbag and also this boob under my arm here.
Yeah, but
I am so fabulous.
I would like to see one of them. But I bet it's going to be disappointing.
I would not. I bet it would be disgusting.
It's a third boob. How bad can it be?
Bad. Like, imagine if you had a second dick.
Well, didn't we not just cover that? Like 2 weeks ago?
I'm still recovering from the trauma.
You mean because I kept holding the picture from the dick in front of you, double dick, like for 10 minutes?
Yes, and you kept doing that skiing expression.
To this day, he's still traumatized.
I'm a sensitive person.
So, we should move away from all this sexual topic, shouldn't we?
Yes. No more sex, no more tits, no more double dicks and... Yes.
How about Hitler ordering sex toys?
Well, that's definitely a break from the sex subject, totally. Indubitably.
Yeah, totally. So basically, Hitler ordered in between sex toys for the German troops so that they don't fuck any diseased, riddled persons while they're out on duty.
Okay.
Well, but they were blonde, blue-eyed.
Well, that settles everything.
But the rest of the face was blank. That's a creepy thing.
Well, I bet they had lovely children.
Yeah, I bet. But that's a fact you hear really rarely, that Hitler thought of them like, here, give them some fuck toys. Some creepy ones without faces.
But already in the 40s they had that kind of technology.
Hey.
I guess the war does actually speed up the...
Sorry about my coughing. No, but you know...
At least you're not burping like you were just half an hour ago.
No, but you know how men are. We develop something, science, and the first thing what we think, how can we fuck it?
Right after or right before we think, how can this be weaponized?
I think weaponizing comes second.
Yeah, it could be. I haven't been inventing that many things, so I don't know, but once I do, I shall start keeping a diary and make a list of all the things I want to fuck and or weaponize.
I don't know what I quite should say to that.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know. I was confused for a second.
You were trying to think of a thing that could be both sexually molested and used against other people fatally.
And quite frankly, anything I could come up with, I don't want to repeat.
But you could have like a fleshlight that would double as a spear, maybe. And then, yeah, okay. Do we have any other topics?
I don't know. Do we have something that's not sexualized topic about Hitler?
Now that you mention it, there's apparently something of a upcoming research from Finland regarding actually the way people think about homosexuals.
How do they think about them? Under the shower? In the sauna? When they're with their wives?
How do you do it?
That's a cheap trap, sir.
Well, you kind of laid it out for yourself. No, but anyway, apparently...
And for the record, I'm not against gay stuff. I stated that before. I bet it would be way easier to live with. But too bad I don't like dicks.
Yeah, well, there's your problem.
Yeah.
No, but before the Second World War, homosexual relationships, that being a relationship between two guys, were rather usual in Finland. And people were fairly okay with them. I mean, they weren't...
So guy-on-guy action was kind of fairly
that
normal.
was like...
It was code. We cut it up, so... And then...
Curiosity, money, lust, lack of woman... What's that word? Lack of woman.
So that happens when I finally shut up a bit more and let you talk.
Or blinded by drunkenness, which is probably the reason that I can't speak tonight. But anyway, yeah, that was a typical thing to happen. But then, thanks to fascism, you know, seeing as how the war started and everything, there was this...
I recorded something like that happen. Oh,
there was this theory of seduction.
Only short sidetrack again. Wasn't there not a Miss Pageant somewhere in Belgium or somewhere where they asked the contestant like, when was the Second World War? Where they asked question and even the moderator said like, the host said like, that is an easy one, and she went kind of like 10 years ago. Well educated.
She sounds a bit stupid.
Never forget 2004 to 2008.
That's when it happened, yeah.
Yeah, clearly.
Damn that Hitler. No, but this kind of theory of seduction came into play where they thought that blah 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 and yes. Also.
Yeah.
And another thing.
You're really hitting it out of the ballpark today.
All right. Yeah. The thing is,
I mean baseball for you, sport disabled person.
Yes, not some kind of park that's filled with scrotums.
There's an image. Do they have ears? Scrotum with ears.
They could have.
Wait. How did we go back to the topic? It's dark in here. We are all the time tired. It's the winter drives you mad.
Oh, in the end, it was the fascists' fault that people hate gay people.
Why?
Well, it's kind of obvious because when you think of the situation, there's a war starting or going on, and it's basically who that's fighting in a war? Men. And they're confined to the front lines and whatnot, and there's only other men around.
So you fuck them, so what? I don't see now the point why it gets
well,
against
apparently that would be some kind of a distraction, so it would definitely work to...
I hear that the Navy mixes stuff into the food that kind of keeps your libido kind of...
Well, that's one of the oldest... This is not really going anywhere, is it? That's one of the oldest Finnish army myths as well. They have this stuff in the dessert that makes you not funny. I'm quite sure someone would have done something about it at some point.
I think there's only one thing that can accomplish that, and that's a coma.
Yeah. Well, my time in the army did not result in any fabulous experiences, I must admit.
So no friendly fire?
Sadly, no.
I skipped the whole army thing.
Yeah.
I just pretended to be...
You deserter, you.
No, I got the right papers because I didn't want to do that. Actually, at that point in time, I just didn't feel that I could do that with my conscience.
Yeah.
But now I would be, fuck that, who cares? No, when you're idealistic 16-year-old little prick that knows everything about the world.
Yeah. But, okay, anyway. There was a propaganda that homosexuality was actually contagious.
So you can catch some gay.
Yeah. Well,
the results can be quite sticky.
It's not going the way I was thinking you would go.
Then steer it.
I can't.
Steer that big shit. Pulsating.
Long story short, it's the Nazis' fault that Finnish people hate gay people. There, I've made my point.
You forgot to say the end.
It's not the end.
No, I mean the end of the topic.
Okay.
What do we have next? Our highly beloved.
I'm really sad how that turned out.
Well, I think it's amusing.
It was a good thing and everything went to shit afterwards.
Okay, how seriously or in what direction can you go if you talk about Hitler and sex dolls And then Nazis and gay stuff.
I try to be the voice of reason on this show.
That's your mistake.
And that is...
Did you try to bring education in our show again, sir?
I have failed again
Did
on that
you try again?
Yes, I did.
That's not the right place for that,
And
sir.
I failed miserably again, as usual.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All thanks to you.
Yeah.
It's good that we have you on board.
Yeah, I'm always ready to derail stuff.
Otherwise, we might have some facts out and actually sound professional and like we've studied our material and whatnot.
But why would we lie to the people?
Yeah. But it's good that we talked about this thing because it's not like people already think of the Nazis like they were.
No, have you seen any movie in the last 50 years?
No, yeah, they're also, Nazi positive.
Yeah, they're always like the, the friendly buddy Nazi, the friend. When you're in a jam, you always can count on your Nazi neighbor.
Yes.
Nazi Jim, come shot over here, I need your help.
Come on, a Nazi buddy movie.
Most likely can be only made in Finland.
That'd be something. We will need to do that.
Nazi Buddy is copyrighted 2014 by We Are Not Here to Please You.
Yeah, it's coming out next year.
Yeah, we should get on that. Write something about it. Do we have an easy note to get out on that episode, or?
I don't really know.
I don't know. I don't want to anymore. No, don't jump.
I'm so let down by myself.
You should slowly learn not to get derailed so easily by me. You would think after
I should learn to just punch you in the nose and then go on with my things.
Yeah, 13 episodes. You should be really used to it by now.
Oh well, maybe I can complain about something.
Well, rant around?
I've been watching Sons of Anarchy, as you know.
What you finally did after I begged you for ages that you finally should watch
Yeah,
it.
and I was a bit iffy about the whole thing. I mean, do I want to watch a show about some
awesome things?
About some ass-hatty criminal fuckholes who I would not want to...
Hey, don't say the same words in the same sentence of Sons of Anarchy.
Well, I must admit, now that I have seen the show, I have different thoughts about it, definitely. But in the beginning, I was really iffy if I would like it at all.
You had a shit ton of thoughts about it, according to my fucking message area of Facebook.
Well, yeah,
Every fucking 2 seconds, my alarm went off. Ding, message from Arthur.
Yeah,
I can't believe what happened there.
Yes, well, I must admit, I am quite hooked. I've now seen 5 seasons worth of it.
In what time period?
In about 2 weeks.
That sounds about right.
I have a lot of time now that I don't have a job.
No, but that's really... I had the same thing. I think I actually saw 1.5 seasons within 24 hours when I first discovered it.
Yeah, well, that's about an hour per episode and about 12 to 14 episodes per season, I believe. So 13 hours per...
Yeah, I just
season.
binge watched it. But you just get so sucked into that. And well, how much can we spoil?
I think we shouldn't spoil too much because there might be people who haven't watched it. And that's actually one thing I was going to be whining about.
But don't forget when dies.
Yeah, that was the thing. No, seriously, I was sad when that happened.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, but spoiling is really one thing because I can't even go on IMDb and look at the fucking cast list because they tell you how many episodes that person's been in. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so something's gonna happen to
You
that
have to
person.
stay away from this shit.
Yeah.
But Susie, you wrote to me all the fucking time. And you made certain statements where I was just like, oh, you have no idea because that and that is still to happen. But I was just writing back, yeah, that's so true. I like that character as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then I had to write to you in between like, dude, stop writing right now. I can't say a word. I'm just gonna spoil shit. You're writing to me and I basically can only give you a haha answer or that because I can't say a damn word.
Because shit's gonna go down.
Hey, by the way, first of all, we could never be members. We are way too big pussies.
Yeah, that we can agree on, definitely.
I mean, as much you can romanticize it, we would be fucked in that scenario.
Yeah, the brotherhood and the camaraderie that those guys have,
well.
that is something to be really, envious of. But all the other stuff that goes down is...
By the way, also like how much shit goes down in the later seasons of Sons of Anarchy is kind of...
I think I won't be spoiling too much if I tell you that it's just basically downhill for the MC from episode 1.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, at some point you have to... Usually also a season is not like in other shows, like what is it? Year time span? There's like half a year and shit like that. A couple of weeks is a season, basically. So you have to think like after like 1.5 years of shit going down and everything goes really, really badly.
Yeah.
I would be at some point turn around kind of like, I'm not sure if I make the right life choices. I might should change my life.
Yeah.
No, but
they, on the other hand, they do get off all kinds of things.
Yeah, especially with the ladies. What?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. I was more talking about like murder charges and things like
that. I think we should keep it at that point because...
Yeah, let's not go too far with
that. You can't actually talk about that show without spoiling anything. Only thing you can say like that, as we said, like we could never be in names.
Yeah, like I said, I was earlier mentioned to you that I was laughing at the episode descriptions on Netflix because they really didn't say anything. And that's probably because if you say more than 2 words about the episode, you're going to spoil something.
Yeah.
Because it is constantly evolving and, well, I have to admit, I did fall in love with the characters, definitely.
Especially with OP.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah. And like I also said to you earlier, it was kind of funny at some point you notice you're actually rooting for the bad guys. Well, they obviously are the main characters in the show, but you start hating with those guys, yes. I think he was going for sympathize.
Fuck you.
It's not my speech impediment.
That's the person that said like 1,000,000 times today. No, but you really.
It was the Nazis' fault.
Oh yeah, right. It's always the Nazis' fault.
Yeah.
No, but you really start to just relate so much to this kind of people. The same thing is happening as well in Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and it did happen. I was watching Oz years back. Like, come on, these guys are like convicted criminals, drunk drivers, murderers, rapists, whatnot, and you still kind of feel this connection to those guys.
Even when they're not Batman.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I didn't have the Batman-related story. I just wanted to drop at some point Batman.
I'm gonna bat you in the fucking ass, man.
Oh, by the way, too funny. Few days ago, we were watching stuff, and at some point, I just started to read comics on my tablet while that secondary programming was on, because it was just the show that we already watched previously. Well, here goes at some point, I guess it's bedtime for me. And I just turned my tablet around. Hey, it's bedtime for me as well, because I was reading Batman comics. That was an opportunity! I was proud of myself, Phil.
Out of the park of balls.
I made it funny, as Splinter said in one of the Turtles movies. Was it the second or the third? I made it funny. I think it was Turtles too.
Turtles.
Well, there we have the answer why I got really little late when I was a teenager. I think on that note we should leave it off for tonight.
Maybe. I was just going to mention one funky thing about Sons of Anarchy, but I guess I won't.
Well then, just slip it in.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Okay, so Peter...
We are not committing the board steep.
Yeah. Not to the hilt, but Peter Weller, who we all know and love as RoboCop, was actually the director of 8 episodes.
Oh. That kind of escaped me.
Yeah. He was one of, I don't know, around 10, 12-ish directors on that show, but anyway.
Well, a little fun fact to go out on.
Yeah. Peter Weller, director. Who'd have thunk?
Be looking forward to the remake, though. The trailer looked good from RoboCop.
But that was Black RoboCop.
Okay, have a good night. Bye-bye.
I'm Nolan Overton.
I'm Brandon Stedham.
And we're the No BS Podcast,
where you can come listen to our comedic, informational, entertainment podcasts.
every week on iTunes. Or
And
our website at...
We do have a website?
Yes.
www.nobspodcast.com.
Thanks, and I hope you'll join us. Ciao.